Hello everyone, welcome back for another Across the Waves. This is where Vicki and I take and work with a product and give you different ideas. This month we're using vellum. I've done 2 ideas with it and I thought today I would try some alcohol ink blending. So I'm going to use Pink Diamond, Ocean Waves, and Citrus Burst. I have no idea what this is going to look like, these colors. You're going to need a mat, and I highly recommend a mat from Ranger. I've gotten other mats. They leak through. Ranger's does not, so I use it. You need a blow tool, nothing spectacular, and some alcohol. All right, so what you're going to do, and I'm going to take mine out. I chose 3 different colors because I knew I could use them on my mat without any issues. I do have a hard time opening these so that I can close them back up. It rips off. There's no way around it. So I got that one. All right, so I'm going to start with pink. I'm going to put some pink. Now, I chose a big piece. That way I can cut and use what I want. But I'm going to add a couple of drops of the pink and a couple of drops of the yellow. And I can go back and add more. And then some blue. All right, and this is alcohol ink, so I did take and it dries quickly. That's why you need the alcohol, because you can reactivate it by squeezing on some alcohol, and then you can blend it around. All right, the pink is really light. So, but that might be good. So I'm just kind of blowing it in different directions. Add a drop there. Actually, you know what I think I'll do? I try to put the top back on since it is alcohol. It evaporates very quickly. All right, let's see. Got a lot of pink. Okay, let's put some pink here. Some of it might okay, let's get some blue, a piece of blue in here. So I'm just kind of doing it however I see where it needs to go. And all right, now this is shiny in spots. So I'm going to grab my foil, put these back on so that they don't leak out. And you do have to get that little spout up in there. So let me grab my foil. I don't know. This is gold. There's a silver in here. I would like to try the silver. All right, now if this, what will happen is if this is wet, when you put it down and you pick it up, it sticks. So it's good to work quickly. All right, and I'm just gonna put this down and see what we get. Oh, great. And I just keep going over it and finding spots that it will take the foil picking it up. And I think I've got it all. Wait a minute, maybe some up here. So I know that, you know, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to leave it at that because I like the way that looks. Now this has to dry, so I'm going to let it dry, and then I will come back and finish my card. Okay, my paper is dry, and I tried it on both white and black, and I actually prefer it on the white. It really, the colors really pop. So I'm going to be doing some cutting this down. I have a scrap from my sentiment. I've just chosen just because that I'm going to stamp in black. I have a piece of white that I'm going to attach this to. I have found the best way to attach this is to kind of wrap it in the back, and that way, see how it works. I have another panel of white. I have my card base. And then I'm going to add some butterflies. So I have my Altenew Mariposa dies. I don't know what size, so that's why I brought the whole thing. All right, so these two pieces are the same length. That's why I did this. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I have to decide. I think I'm going to put it, I have to decide which part I want to use. I think I'm going to use that, and it's not going to wrap much, but if I wrap it around the back, that's better. So this is 2 inches, so I'm going to cut this at 2.5. Okay, now that I have it the same length, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tape runner. I did find that this tape runner on the back will take and hide. You can't see it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this down like so, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of wrap this to the back and stick it down. Now I am going to use my roll tape. Okay, it would have worked with 1/4 inch, but then I got to thinking, if I do the 1/2 inch, it will be better because then I'll have some left over that I can stick it down with. And that whole piece, because it's so thin, I didn't want to cut it too wide because I don't want to waste my pretty paper. All right, so I'm going to do this. All right, and I'm going to take this off. Okay, and I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm just going to kind of pull it over and stick it down. And I'm going to go over here to this side and do the same thing. Now I have to be careful because this is a 1/2 inch, so it's sticky there. But I wanted to make sure those ends got stuck down. And this is the best way I know how to do it. Plus it gives me some good stick for putting it on my card. And now I just have to decide, do I want it this way or this way? I think I like it this way. All right, I'm going to add some tape in the middle of this. It does have the other, and I am going to take and I'm going to put it right even with the edge. I was going to leave a border, but I think it looks better even with the edge. Okay, so there's that. All right, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my card base. And I decided to use another layer of white rather than attach it to the card, because I didn't have any way to attach it to the card base. Usually you wrap the top or the sides to attach it, and I didn't want to put tape all the way around because in case it doesn't the tape runner shows there. I had tried it out and I didn't see anything on the place where there was ink. All right, so there's that. Now, I have to decide which size I'm going to use, and my plan is I've got to get some black. My plan is to cut it out with this and put this on top. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll find out. I have a bunch of black here, and I'm going to find just some scraps. I just have to find ones. All right, let's do this one. All right, now, where am I going to put it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the areas that don't have the silver on it, because it's not going to show to any great extent, I don't think. Let's find out if I do that. See, I don't think it's going to show with the black. I'm going to go with this. So let me cut one out. Okay, I cut out my 2 butterflies and the outlines. So now I'm going to put them together. So, and I'm going to move, I'm not going to put that on there. I'm going to grab a piece of white and put this on here so you can see what I'm doing. And then I've got my butterfly here, and I'm going to put this on with some glue. So it's going to take me a few minutes to dot on the glue. All right, so there's that one. I need my tweezers. So I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to put it down on here, and I'm going to pick it up to line it up and press down. And I'm going to take a block and put on it so that it stays down. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this, but you got to make sure you get the right side. Now this has some silver in it, so we'll see if the silver shows up. I'm just basically doing the outline because that'll help hold it in place. All right, now, same thing here. Put it down, pick it up, slide it around so that they line up, and put a block on top so that the pieces stay together. And those look fabulous, don't they? Oh my gosh, what a fun idea. All right, I've got that. While those are setting, I'm going to do my sentiment. All right. Hopefully this doesn't matter if it's straight because I can cut it down. There we go. All right. I'm going to take and cut this down. Okay, I cut a piece of black also because that's going to be lost on there. And I thought I'll just add it to a black piece. And I'm going to move this here so I can see my ends. All right, like so. And I think I'm going to put it down here close to this side. And I'll put it on with some dimensionals. Let's see, I've got that and that. Okay. I've got that one. I'm going to cut some more down. I'm going to need those for the butterflies also. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put gems on it or not. I have to wait and see what it looks like. All right. Excuse me. All right, now these are good and dry. This is the backing from the glue dots. I save this and I save the plastic because it's great for using for glue and gluing things down. So there's a tip for you. All right, I've got both of these. Let me add a dimensional to them. All right. Got my backs off. I think I'm going to put that one there and pull it up, and that one there and pull it up. Pull up the wings some. You know what? I think silver on the butterflies would look good. Let me get it, the body. Okay. These you can pick up at Hobby Lobby. And I like them because they're in 2 sizes. So, well, here's another one here. Well, getting them off could be the challenge. See, look at that. Oh boy, that's really bent. I gotta straighten it out. Oh, that's better. The little one has a bigger body. Could use another one. And that's good because then they're in odd numbers. So, there's the card for today. And I went shopping in my stash and picked a butterfly stamp from in there, and I just used markers to color it. Now make sure you head on over to Vicky's page, the link is below, to see what she came up with for today using vellum. I hope you'll join us next week for another vellum idea. Have a sensational Sunday. Bye.